Hello everybody, it's your boy Randy Bizzle coming to you with another video. And in today's video, we're going to do something a little bit different. As you see down below, I'm going to answer the question of why I got into reselling, how I got into reselling, and the life that this discovering reselling has done for me as a person, my family, and my state of mind. I started reselling, I discovered reselling in 2016. The first thing I ever sold was this, it was a Shane Doan, Phoenix Coyotes or Arizona Coyotes hockey. I found it at a thrift store, Desert Industries thrift store, for like $1.99, and I sold it for like $20. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. But I want to get into the origins of why and how I got into reselling. And this takes us back to maybe 2009, 2010, when I was just a poker dealer and struggling, trying to make ends meet, because for those of you guys who don't know, when you work as a poker dealer, you only make money when you're dealing. You know, when in other casino dealing jobs like craps, blackjack, roulette, you share your tips. So you can like stand at a blackjack table and nobody is playing at your table, but there's somebody next to you that's a full table playing the same game. And if those guys are tipping you, then you share the tips that that person gives that dealer. They all share in the pits, in those kind of dealing games. But in poker, generally speaking, in about 98% of poker rooms, you get to keep your own tips. So the more you deal, the more money you make. And I was working in a poker room where it was kind of a small poker room. It's the room I still work in now. So we were it's like an up and down business. You know, some days you're busy, some days you're slow. Your revenue is generally made by how busy your poker room is. And there were times, like streaks of time, I can just think of right now how bad it was sometimes, where I wasn't making any money because we weren't in any games. And I worked at a really, really small room at the time. And there were days where I would make like $40 and $30. And somebody like me who has a mortgage and a family, it was tough sometimes. There were some days where I'd go to work and there'd be no games and I'd be sent home and I'd make nothing. And then I'd be so stressed. I'd be walking to my car so stressed out, trying to figure out how I'm going to pay my bills, how I'm going to pay my mortgage, how I'm going to pay my car. And my daughter was young at the time and my wife was working, so I had to pay daycare. So it was tough. So I was like penny pinching for the longest time. And then, you know, one day it triggered everything. Because I'm generally a very positive person. I always think of the bright side. And I always depended on people, I think, too much, that they would help me out. And things would get better. So I would say, okay, this program is not busy today, but it'll be busy tomorrow. Or busy the next day. I'll make money. Don't worry, I'll make my money. But then maybe around, I would say 2014, 2013, or 15, or something like that, somewhere around that area. I had a supervisor in the poker room that I work at. He doesn't work there anymore. I'm not going to mention this person's name. Anyways, this person, one day, we had this big list of players that want to play poker. So I went back to my supervisor. Do you want to open this game? And this person I worked for generally like blew me off. He was like doing something on a computer, like wasn't even giving me much mind. And that was the trigger. I was like, okay, if this guy, it's a guy, won't help me get my bills paid, I could do something on my own. So I remember that night, I went on my computer and I just looked up make extra money. And somehow I went through a rabbit hole of ways to make money, and some of them were like okay, some of you think I can do, and some of there's complete scams. But then I came across this YouTuber. His name was Holland Hobbies. I don't think he has his channel's not up anymore. But he was like I think he was like a police officer who did reselling part time. But it was his handle was Holland Hobbies. And I clicked on his video, and he was like showing me all these clothes that he would sell for like $20, $30. And he would buy them at a thrift store for like $3. I was like, wow, you could really do this? You could buy something at a thrift store and sell it for $30. So like literally for like 5 or 6 months, I would watch every one of his videos. Like every time he'd release a video, I would just like study like I was in class. And then other YouTubers, I discovered other resale YouTubers at the time. The first YouTubers that I watched were like Rake and Profit, College Picker, Bonafide Hustler. But Holland Hobbies was the main channel that I watched. And I was like just enthralled by what this guy was doing part-time. So one day I went to a thrift store. I went to the Desert Industries thrift store, and I found that a Shane Doan bobblehead. Shane Doan was a hockey player for the Arizona Coyotes, and I bought it for $1.99. I went on eBay, created an account, put this doll, this bobblehead on eBay for like $20, and it sold within like 2 days. I was like, what? What? So that got my mind racing. So I went to the thrift store the next day, bought some stuff, and then I started watching more of the other resellers closely. Like Rake and Profit was big on, at the time, was big on clothing. Bonafide Hustler was big on bikes. So I just watched it and watched it and watched it and just did everything they said. I even bought like Rake and Profit's guide. He had a guide where he was the 101 clothing brands, and I bought it. And I was like, when I was there at a thrift store, I was like, okay, if it was a brand, I was gonna buy it. I didn't care what the price was. I didn't care what size or condition. I didn't buy it. If I saw the brand on that app and I saw it in the store, I was buying it. So I started making really, really good money, like really decent money, like selling used clothes. And then I was doing that for a few years. And then a couple of years later, I discovered the Cincinnati Picker. And he did something that was really cool. He had a GoPro, and he was going to garage sales, and he was picking stuff from garage sales and reselling on eBay. And that really got my mind racing. So I started going to garage sales on the weekends, and I didn't know what I was looking at. I knew clothing, but I didn't know anything else. So I was pretty much buying anything cheap and trying to resell. Some worked, some didn't, but it was really a cool learning curve of garage sales. So I discovered that part. So by 2017 and 18, I was going to thrift stores, going to garage sales, buying stuff and flipping, still learning, and I was making some pretty good money. So what that did was, I was making maybe an extra $500 to $1,000 net every month just doing that. And so it kind of, then I started to build it and build it and build it. And now I'm doing really, really well, part-time only, just buying stuff from thrift stores, buying stuff from garage sales and flipping it on eBay. And in turn, what that did was it really relieved a lot of the stress that I had before I discovered reselling. I wasn't as stressful about my finances anymore because I was making money. I knew if I had a slow day at work, I'd make money on eBay. And that really was the turning point in my life as far as my state of mind. Um, I'm now to the point where I don't stress as much as I did back then about my finances. I'm actually financially doing really, really well if I combine my reselling part-time, my poker dealing job, and then the stuff I make on YouTube, like the passive income with the ads. So I'm really at a good place now, and I don't stress. Like the stress I get is like good stress now. Like when I'm gonna start listing, or if I'm gonna start listing stuff, I get motivated sometimes to list. But other than that, I'm in a good financial place now, and I've been able to save money, and now my bills are all paid. I can go on vacations. I just got off from a vacation 2 months ago on a cruise. I just got back from Hawaii. It's just been such a good feeling, and my state of mind now is I owe it all to discovering the wonderful world of reselling. It's just, oh, it's made me a better person, I think, and just made my life so much easier. It's so much better, and I love every part of reselling. I don't know if I could do this full time as far as reselling, because I really like dealing cards. I really like dealing poker. It's a good job and pays the bills, and there's insurance involved, and I have a lot of flexibility in my dealing job. So I don't really want to give that up just yet. But I know, like I always tell my wife this, one of the biggest stresses of when I was dealing poker was, if the room ever closed, what's going to happen? And now I don't have that anymore. Like, if I go to work today and he tells the poker room I work at is going to close, I'd be a little sad. I'd be a tiny bit stressful, but I know I have my reselling business as a backup, just in case something like that happens. So I have my plan, my backup plan is that to just do it full time, but I'm in no hurry to do reselling full time. The fact that I'm making between 500 to like 2,000, even more sometimes a month doing this, is extra money that I can use to go out to dinner with my wife, go to vacation, because that's what this money, generally with my eBay profits, I really do, is this is what I use as my recreational money. This is the money that I use to gamble, to play poker, to go on vacations, to buy stuff for myself, for my wife, for my daughter, for everybody in my family. It's just afforded me such a great life. And I can't stress enough how much the reselling community means to me. And I try to give back, and I owe it all to the people that I discovered and the people I listen to now. The early days, like I said, of Holland Hobbies and Rake and Profit, and The College Picker, Bonafide Hustler, Cincinnati Picker, to some of the guys that I watch now. I don't watch too many videos, reselling videos anymore, because I really don't have time, but I do keep track of people that I do follow now, like Picking the 702, my buddy Vito, Brandon, the Devil Dog Picker, the Barking Bird is another guy that I like to watch, because he's a buddy, and he's played in my poker room. And of course the stalwarts, Cincinnati Pickers, Shed Flips, Lonnie, Part-Time Pickers, Art, the Art of Resell. Those are the kind that I watch now. But I owe it all to those guys. As I'm still learning, I still do make mistakes doing this thing, but overall, I'm pretty happy with where my reselling part-time business is, and where it's going, and what it could be if I stop dealing poker. But for now, my life is still deal poker full time. It's my full-time job. I get benefits, and doing reselling on the side. And that's what I'm comfortable at, and that's what's afforded me this wonderful life that I have. So I just wanted to give you a background of my story. I know it went a little bit long, but I wanted to tell you guys and my viewers why and how I got into reselling. So hope you guys enjoyed that story. Anyways, if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos. I got them in playlists, and see my wonderful journey of being a reseller, being a poker dealer, being a poker player, all the aspects of your boy Ronnie Bizzle. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a great day, everybody.